So here's the grid lineup for race number 2 for the NZ V8 Utes from Hamilton. James Urquhart and Dave Stewart line up off the first row. Brett Holdsworth, the Australian, he lines up alongside Peter Robb from row number 2. And this lineup is a reverse of the marble draw for the grid for race 1. Row 3 for Graham Byrne and Jeff Spencer. A row 4 start for Dave Kernahan alongside Scott McKelvey in the ITM Holden. From row 5, it's Peter Chaos Ward alongside Simon Byrne, who won the first race. The former championship leader Kane Lobb from row 6 alongside Mike Lightfoot, who finished 3rd in race number 1. Then we go back to Jeff Kernahan, new championship leader Chris Pither, and Mark Joblin completes the lineup. So waiting for the lights to go out. Race 2 for the NZ V8 Utes. It's a reverse grid draw from the first marble draw for race number 1, and they are away. 2 Holdens off the front row. James Urquhart and Dave Stewart. Watch for Kane Lobb and Chris Pither from the rear of the field in this second race with a lot of work to do. Simon Byrne with a great start already down the outside, and he may come in at about 6th around the outside of Jeff Spencer.
Right, there he goes. Very aggressive. He's backed himself. He knows the 2 guys he's battling the championship are behind him, but Kane Lobb, he has just taken the initiative. He went down the inside. He's already made up at least half the field in turn 1. If he can get past turn 2. On
board with Simon Byrne. Kane Lobb not too far in behind him. That is Jeff Spencer just ahead of the McDonald's Sport. There is Kane Lobb immediately behind. He's got a flyer, and Pither, what, is about 3 cars back.
He has, yeah. Early part of the race, these guys, these are just as bad as the conditions we saw early in the weekend for these guys. So they know what it's all about. They know what the grip manoeuvres are.
It's also very, very cool out there for race number 2 as well. You can see Kane Lobb, he's the one with the headlights on, as Huggy and the Colourworks Holden through the chicane the first time. There's the Australian Brett Holdsworth. There's Lobb going through. Scott McKelvey in there as well in the second of the red Holdens, but it's James Huggy Urquhart over the back of the circuit on lap number 1 of 8, race 2 for the NZ V8 Utes. Still with this championship to be decided. Just 11 points, the lead now for Chris Pither, and it's the first time in the championship that Pither has led from race 1, round number 1.
Right, everybody probably banked him to be the championship winner, and it makes you think it'll take till the second to last race for him to take over the top step of the mantle. But the yellow flag there, one of the cars going wide out, broke himself going into...
Was that Kane Lobb? No, I thought there, I just saw the white flash and the red, but it's Dave Stewart in the Metro Holden.
That's a shame, because he actually had a good start to the race, so all the work to do now at the back. Well, here we go. Now that's Kane Lobb in front.
Yep. I thought it was Kane Lobb with the headlights on. It's Scott McKelvey. Those 2 red Utes look pretty similar as Simon Byrne's trying to get a run up the inside, but it's James Huggy Urquhart with the race lead from Peter Robb, the Rocket Man. Here comes Byrne down the inside of Kane Lobb.
Now Lobb's just passed, but watch for the freight train go through here. Kane Lobb's lost 1 position. Well, he didn't lose at Jamie Ferry. He actually passed Simon, you know, on the last third of the track. Simon obviously that Ford enjoyed a little bit more power, or perhaps better drive off 9, but here we go.
Here's the peak antifreeze replay. This is what happened to Dave Stewart.
Yeah, decided too far.
He was going for the race lead.
He was actually good communication, because they could have turned down to each other and really ruined it for everybody behind them. But
I wonder what James Urquhart was yelling inside the cockpit of the 45 with the race lead.
Please don't
do it, Dave.
Don't do it.
Turn number 3, they're just tiptoeing their way
now,
through.
Here we go, the 3 guys in contention for the championship. Simon Byrne came along, Chris Pither, of course. Now lying astern, but here we go, a drag race. Now, hopefully these guys have got enough intelligence to back out of this.
Oh.
I said hopefully, the answer is no. Now, what's going to happen behind this?
Here we go. Gone around, they're all scattering in every direction.
Yeah, wow. You could see that coming a mile away.
That was the battle for the race lead. Urquhart's going to drop right back to the tail of the field in the Colourworks Holden.
Look, 2 into 1, as we know, you can get away with some circuits. And most corners on this you can do, but not turn 4.
Yeah, definitely not through the chicane. So Simon Byrne's been the big winner out of that one. Kane Lobb now under pressure. Here's Pither.
Now remember, there is absolutely no love lost between these 2 guys after race 1. They probably both deemed each other to be at fault for the retirement of Kane Lobb and then the damage to Chris Pither.
They're still side by side. Pither's got the inside line to the next right-hander and will pick up the position. Graham Byrne up the inside of Lobb. There was contact there.
Just a bit of a hit. Look, it upset the Kane Lobb car, not enough to get the thing sideways and spun, so the championship hunt, or the battle, continues. Those 2 guys in the picture, that is first and second of the championship, only separated by 11 points. So everything is on the table right now.
Here's another peak antifreeze replay. So this is the battle for the lead, side by side down to the chicane. As Mark called it, it was never, ever going to work. James Urquhart's just gone right round in the middle of it, and everyone else just scattering in every direction, and they did pretty well actually not to collect them on the way through. On board with Byrne, his look at it.
Look at this. Now, what do we do? Yeah, that's a smart move. Go to the right. Hope he doesn't keep going that way.
About halfway through that manoeuvre, Simon Byrne was thinking, don't keep rolling, Huggy. Do not keep rolling. Here's the front on view. Well, Rob did have the advantage. I think Huggy just locked up the rears.
Yeah, you're right, he did. Look, he just locked up the rears and away he went. And, of course, everybody scatters thereafter.
So now we're on board with Mike Lightfoot in the VSL Racing Ford. Finished third in race number 1. Looking to consolidate, I think, 4th overall in the championship. He's in a battle there with Scott McKelvey. So the Rocket Man is now the race leader, chased by the Australian Brett Holdsworth. His debut this weekend in the NZ V8 Utes. There's Simon Byrne, so he's now up into the 3rd position in the McDonald's Ford, and there's a couple of cars between himself and Pither and Lobb. In fact, one I think it is. So Simon Byrne's going to make a small gain here.
Yeah, it's only a small gain. He needs to make wholesale gains, and the only way that's going to happen if he gets that McDonald's Falcon Ute to the front, and then of course the other 2 guys in the championship don't finish.
Peter Robb trying to hold on to the race lead here. He got a little tap there from the behind by
Here's Pither, guys, faster, and he's got a lot of confidence in that Gallagher's truck around this part of the track, but of course it comes to nothing. Oh, he's got to run on him here.
Byrne sideways out of the final corner. But he's to the outside.
Yeah, he's making Chris do all the hard work though. He's going to make him go around him. Chris has got the overlap. No, he hasn't.
Byrne coming back at him.
Where's Lobb in this battle?
Kane Lobb is at least a couple of cars behind. Byrne under brakes, gets Pither down into turn 1, so he gets the spot back.
He's shown a great deal of Ute speed at this stage.
So the halfway point of race number 2 for the NZ V8 Utes. Peter Robb leads, and this battle going on behind between Chris Pither and Simon Byrne.
It's a special Gillette Motorsport show, Nick.
Now, sorry mate, I made reference to Kane Lobb before. He's actually filtering right back down the leaderboard, currently in 12th place. So no matter what happens, every time they go through a timing sector, he's dropped right down. So whatever issue he's got, looks like that could be terminal. So this man in the McDonald's Ute, all of a sudden was third in the championship. Could be battling for 2nd place.
Yeah, what has happened to Kane Lobb? Mark, you think maybe he's done some damage by jumping over the curbs in avoidance of Urquhart? There he is. He's right back at the tail of the field, and he is limping around. There's only a couple of cars behind him. There is Kane Lobb.
Whatever his mate, he's not entirely out, but look at this gaggle here. Look,
Pither
2 guys battling for the championship. He's got him.
And also having a look
he's
at
outbraked himself. Front wheels are completely locked up. He's out of control. At this stage, he's hauled the thing up.
Back up.
It is just at the mercy of the other guys he got away with that. Simon Byrne's in the back of him too.
Pither to the inside of Holdsworth.
He's saying if Chris can get through, so can I.
He's going to follow
him out of room on the way out.
Byrne's going to follow him through to 3rd. He's all sideways under acceleration through to the final corner. Robb still leads, but now under pressure from Pither. So this aids Pither. He extends further, but Simon Byrne's going to make some big inroads on that battle for 2nd now in the championship, with Kane Lobb still scored back in that 12th position. So I'm wondering maybe he's had a small off that we haven't seen, or in fact he is carrying a problem. Front end damage to that car after that clash with Pither in race number 1. Pither himself had a lot of toe in on the front of that car, some steering issues, but did enough out of that to still get a good finish and take over the championship lead. So fastest on track is Pither at a 1:52.3, and currently he's about nearly 2 seconds quicker than anyone else on the racetrack.
Chris Pither is starting to get a bit impatient here. You can see every time he's on the throttle, he just wants to get on a bit early, get a good drive on. Rob, of course, is leading this race at the moment, but he's going to be careful because around this part there's so many white lines, there's so much work going against these guys. This is probably the darkest part of the track. There's a lot of trees, a lot of the leaves and everything. So he's going to be very careful now. Chris, once again, locked the front wheels. He's off the track. Simon Byrne run down the inside. He just went in there too hard. We saw that earlier in the lap as well. He's gone on too fast.
Side by side.
He's got too much front brass on that thing, so he needs to crank a bit to the rear to survive.
Burned to the
Now it's like the wheel.
inside.
Look at the wheel stop. Chris, is he going to live there? He's going to live there. He's saying, he may take the race lead. No.
He's still side by side with Byrne.